Welcome to another. What does that mean?
I just wanted to do a funny noise.
That was a funny noise. Welcome to another episode of the Unicorn Circuit. Now today, Martin, what does that mean?
I'm your best friend.
Oh wow.
Get it?
Well, Martin, if we're gonna, well, you just made me crash my Jag that some legal person said we're not allowed to pay a Jag.
It's not a Jaguar logo, by the way.
No, none of the logos are real.
Jaguar. Do you reckon it's a Jaguar? I might think it might be a Bentley.
Martin, today we're playing.
It might be a Bentley.
We're playing. I think you're right, but we're not allowed to say so. It's called a Vigor. Today we're playing Just Cause 3. Do you know why, Martin?
Do you reckon
There's a very good reason. Wait for it. Okay. Do you know why? Just Cause.
I was about to ask you the same question. Is it Just Cause or is it Just Cause?
Look at this shit.
Because I think that's very clever. If this this is an open world thing.
It's a big sandbox, Martin.
If this is
I'm
an
in view of
open world
authorities.
thing,
Oops.
don't you think it's pretty clever to call it Just Cause? Like, why are you going and shooting down a helicopter? Just Cause.
Ah,
Oh, that was
Sorry.
a big hit.
that happened when
You
I was
broke
on
your mirror. We've broken both mirrors. They're all droopy like an old.
Martin, this is. Why is it telling me to go here though? Oh, because there's a road
Just
there.
do it. Wow. Oh wow.
Okay,
Oh,
but
look at this.
see,
This
that's
is
what's cool.
awesome.
You got a magical wingsuit, see?
And a rocket launcher.
And a rocket launcher. So you can fly, which is pretty cool. Because you're a bit of a fan of Grand Theft, which I've never played.
Yep.
What's cool about this game, Martin, is a couple of things. A, you can fly, which is freaking awesome.
Yep.
And B, you can parachute, but you've got this awesome thing where you can tether, like this, see? So what you can do is if you need to get somewhere, what's with games and swimming? Last time you were just swimming. So look at this, you hit L1, check this out, man.
Yep.
Whee!
Oh, that's cool.
Which is awesome. So basically you've got to go and liberate these.
Can you climb that apartment building thing?
Well, you can tether it like this, so just go
No way.
straight up you go,
Oh, that's
Martin.
cool, as.
And then once you get up here, so basically your idea is to, there's a big map here. None of the missions have been done. So there's a big map, it's a big province, and your idea is to go and liberate it from the dictator. So there's all of these places that need to be liberated. So
Cool.
once you get into each little town, so we are,
I'm assuming the idea is that you just blow up heaps of stuff.
well, yeah, basically, yeah, I think the thing with this game is that while on some games you kind of can blow a hole in a wall, this you're just meant to be able to blow up anything. So I think, like if I change to a gun and that air conditioning, I think you can just destroy it.
You put a lot of holes in it.
Hold on.
Wait. Wow.
That's some really strong air conditioning.
Probably not a good example.
All right.
Can you shoot something down there? Shoot something in the road.
No, well, what you've got to do now, Martin, is you've got to go here on the map and there's a list of things you've got to do. So you've got to get a billboard, a police station, a fuel tank, and all these things. But you can't really see where they are. So the map doesn't show you where each of those things are until, this is the weird thing, it doesn't show you where they are until you've already found some of them. Because otherwise people just go to the map. So the first thing we've got to find, actually it doesn't matter, you can find them in any order you want. So billboard, police station. So let's make our way into
Are
the
you a
middle of the
mission
town.
type person with a game, are you? Like, do you like to smash through the missions? Because, you know, like an open world, you don't have to do anything, do you?
No, well, it has a story mode.
Can you talk to old mate?
I don't know how happy he's going to be to see me, man.
He's really happy. He just called you his saviour.
Yeah. So what you can do if you want to find your way around is get this combi bus here.
Oh, you missed it.
Get the
Is
combi
it hard
bus.
to... It looks hard to control.
No. So grab the combi bus, hit triangle to get in. That's not a very nice thing to do. And now you're holding R2 and
Yeah.
you're accelerating around.
Cool, so that drives the same way as Grand Theft. That's cool.
Oops. Oh,
Oh, you really shouldn't do that, man.
sorry.
You really shouldn't do that.
I wasn't
Hey,
meant to do
I was talking to a mate of mine who's a massive like gamer wizard.
A wizard.
Gamer wizard.
Is he from Wollongong?
Could be. I don't know. He could be the wizard of Wollongong.
Check out my combi drift,
Potentially.
man. Hold on a sec.
And-
As you tell me, yep.
So it got me interested in this game because I thought this was maybe based on Grand Theft. Because you know how they have things called game engines?
Combi
and all gamer
drift,
people out there right now
combi
are being
drift.
like, of course they have game engines. They're the fractal vector blah, blah, blah thing. Anyway,
Well, if you're a gamer, but we're not gamers.
I'm old enough to remember sprites.
Yeah.
And gamers out there, if they're old also, will know what that means. Anyway, this is not the same engine as Grand Theft. This is a bunch of Swedish dudes.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. And they were like, because I think it's Rockstar Games makes Grand Theft. They're massive, they're huge, they're like worldwide, whatever.
Yeah.
And these are a bunch of dudes from Sweden originally.
I'm so lost.
It's like their sort of main title. And they're just dudes who love open world stuff. And so they made this game. And I guess it's a competitor in some ways. But in other ways, it's like, well, I just want to go blow stuff up more. And Grand Theft might be more of a sort of dense world. Hey, that was cool. Did he just jump out of the car?
Yeah. No, but it's fun.
Can you make stuff explode?
The cool thing about this game is that like that will eventually sink.
Now? Can you shoot it now? Or it won't explode underwater?
Well, it'll sink. And then while it's down there, like, it's just there. It just stays there.
That's pretty cool, hey?
I don't know, I just think that's awesome. I'm going to go and do some stuff, Martin.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and break some things and get into.
Do you want me to tell you some interesting car news?
Well, Martin, it's time for car news.
There's some interesting car news. I mean, car news can be as interesting or as boring as you decide to make it.
Yes.
For example, if you got a four-wheel drive, if I got a four-wheel drive,
I wouldn't be friends with you anymore.
I know, but say I got
would be, Martin.
Say I got that four-wheel drive, and then my mate Johnny, who's a train driver, rang me and went, hey bro, my train's stuck, can you come and give us a lift?
Yeah.
And I just backed my four-wheel drive up to a train and pulled his train. Like, that would be cool, wouldn't it?
That'd be cool.
So say I'm
what are you talking about, man?
Say I'm a marketing dude or a PR dude.
That'd be
and
unfortunate.
I go up to a car company and go, hey boys, said I'd probably have a suit on. I'd be like,
no, you'd have a polo shirt on, dude.
A polo shirt. And I went, hey dudes, I reckon we should do that exact scenario that I explained to you, except it's not my mate Johnny, and we should pull a train and take photos and videos of it and then put it on the internets.
Okay.
And that's what Land Rover did.
And what happened next?
They pulled a 100-ton train with a Land Rover.
Someone would be impressed by that, wouldn't they?
Yeah, look. Oh, wow, you smashed yourself.
Look at that.
Is he dead now?
He doesn't look very happy, does he?
Wow.
Whee! Hold on.
Personal best in ragtime? It's ragtime when you just get
I don't know, man.
all sorts of messed up.
I haven't done it before.
So they pulled a 100-ton train, which is pretty cool.
That's actually amazing.
It's 60 times its own weight.
Power to weight ratio.
60 times its own weight. It's interesting, but it's not the first time that car manufacturers have done that exact stunt, which is like VW pulled a plane.
Yeah,
Volvo did some with trucks, although I think that was more, wasn't that like that dude doing the splits or something?
Well, people, Van Damme. People, I just shot down their speakers, man. They're going to be pissed. This guy down here, he's not.
It's very violent.
Oh, I mean,
it's animated gameplay violence, though, isn't it?
It's okay. There's a violent.
I have a cooler story for you, bro.
Okay. Oh wow.
I have a cooler story. Another one that I saw that I actually think you will think is cool.
Yeah.
Is that you know how Toyota make the Prius?
Yeah.
Which is hybrid, and then in some countries they've now got like plug-in hybrid.
In some countries, Prius look good, like in Japan.
Yeah.
They're all modified and stuff.
And for a long time you couldn't plug them in, and it was like, oh, that's a bit weird. It's an electric car. Why can't? So now you can. There's ones you can plug into the wall.
Yeah.
The next.
Oh, watch this, man. Watch this. So I'm going to try this tether thing, which is one of the unique aspects of the game. So I stick a tether on this guy's head, like this, and now I put the tether at the other end of it, like on that building by letting go of L1. And now hold L2 and I think it'll pull it down. I didn't do anything. All right, here's another way you can do it.
Oh, he's just gone. That's awesome.
I'm sorry,
hey, you've got a shadow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, my prayer story, it's actually good.
Sorry. I'm very interested.
Bro, it is a cool story, I promise.
No, I'm interested.
So hey, what's the next logical step when you've got a car that you can charge and a car that hybridizes itself with a petrol motor? What's the next step?
To become a vegan.
The next step is to put solar panels on the roof.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
That's smart. I mean, like, people have had that idea for a long time. Like old mate caravanners, they cruise around in their caravan with like.
I gotta hijack this car, man.
With like solar panels this big. Are you excited about my solar panel story?
Yeah.
Solar panels. Like the old mate in this truck right now, he could have solar panels on the roof charging his phone.
That's actually brilliant.
Solar panels are cool.
But is it just used for? This guy's trying to ring the police on me. I haven't even done anything wrong yet.
Oh, the cops are after you now.
I didn't even do anything wrong.
Oh, heat level. That's just like Grand Theft 2.
So,
a lot of borrowed elements, isn't there?
Can you? Why would you?
You need to.
I'm just gonna grenade his ass.
Oh, see you, mate. Wow. He just literally went flying.
So Martin, can you use the solar panel to do specific car-related stuff, or are you just charging your phone with it?
You're charging the battery. If you leave it, apparently it gives it like an extra 10% or 13% range, which is not that much really. But in a hot climate, it would probably be quite useful. It'll also like run other things in the cars, like your fans and lights and things.
Okay.
But here's the thing. We're like one of the hottest countries in the world.
Yes.
Most like remote desert countries in the world, some of the biggest deserts in the world.
Yeah.
You can't get it here.
Oh,
You
why
can't
not?
get it. We have like
Is that
heaps
just
of
someone
sunshine.
being silly
You can't
again?
get it. That's because Toyota won't import plug-in Priuses.
Does that not mean though there's going to be like a huge aftermarket for people who want to? That thing looks like I should blow it up.
I think those days are past, man. I reckon having that amount of aftermarket, serious big stuff is difficult. Like, who's going to make? Do you think anyone in the aftermarket would actually make a solar sunroof? It seems like really.
If there was
complicated
something that was kind of compatible for a lot of vehicles, you would, because if you look at, say, like sunroofs, right? Like there's a huge industry in aftermarket sunroofs, even though allegedly a lot of them leak. Like they don't have a very good reputation.
Yeah. I think manufacturers just taking over that. I put that in the same category as like navigation units and stuff. Like so many manufacturers are doing it now.
Yeah.
That it's not like an upgrade like it was, just like wheels weren't. Dude, this is getting hectic. You need to get out of there and go do something more fun. Because this is just a fight. Wow.
Yeah. Martin, that's some interesting Prius news.
I've got other news.
But that news should actually be relevant to us in Australia. I'm going to grapple this guy in the balls. Bang. Wasn't very happy
America
about
doesn't get it either because it doesn't pass their rollover tests. The glass that they make the panel out of is not strong enough, so they don't get it either.
Isn't that
They've also
interesting
got
that
heaps of
different
sunshine.
countries are like, that's safe for us and not safe for us? Like the little Cure, however you pronounce it. We got them in Australia, but a lot of other countries banned them. Like they're like not safe.
Some of the best-selling Generation 1 Subaru Liberties, granted this is going back to the 90s, but they were like 1-star safety rating. And they were one of the most popular cars in Australia for a long time, like they were huge.
Oh, my mates have arrived.
Anyway, speaking of safe cars...
This is you here, Martin. See, you're my mate. You got a blue t-shirt on.
Oh, that's good. I've often got blue t-shirts on. Here's another one for you. You ready for another one?
I am ready for another one, Martin.
So Volkswagen is cutting out heaps of their cars. They're just getting rid of them.
What do you mean?
They're just like...
Too much smoke. Can't see them. They get stuck in the car park and no one knows.
It could be related to all that diesel stuff that happened.
Yep.
But
what was your feeling about all that stuff, man?
the diesel stuff.
Yeah.
Man, I just don't care enough about diesel.
No, but I mean the whole thing, because a lot of people were really upset about it and it was very contentious and everything, but it's, from what I understand, it didn't actually affect
Do you know what?
a lot of... Well, I'm talking about customers. As a company, obviously, there's something not right about just lying to everyone.
Yeah.
But a lot of customers seemed upset. Now, were they upset because they'd been lied to, or were they upset because they were like, oh, my car doesn't run as well as it should and that's not what I paid for?
Do you know what? I'd love to think that there's enough social conscience going around, but I think if someone goes, oh, look, mate, we're really sorry, but your car just pollutes a bit more than we said when you bought it. I mean, there'd be people out there that'd be like, well, that's a load of crap.
But every second-hand car pollutes more than when you bought it.
Man, a year from when you buy it probably pollutes more. You know? Wow, he's got nailed.
Hit and run.
A year after you buy it. Anyway, that's a thing. They're cutting off a whole bunch of models. But here's why, and this is the exciting bit. Them cutting out 40 models is not that interesting.
What models are they cutting out?
I don't know. Like,
Okay,
just stuff.
Yeah.
But more interesting.
They're basically, Martin, see this? That's a Volkswagen. Don't need that one anymore.
Look at this. Look at
Simulator
it.
voice.
It's coal rolling. Look at it. More interesting than what they're cutting out is why.
Why, Martin?
Electric cars.
Really? They're getting into it?
Yep, they're getting into it proper.
Because they don't want this one. See that? Fossil fuel.
Yeah, look, it's dangerous.
It is
Would that happen
dangerous.
at a power station?
And
Probably.
would that
Actually, that's a
hurt
bad
if you walked
example.
into it,
That's a
Mum?
really bad example.
Would that hurt?
Maybe don't do that.
He doesn't like that.
No.
He's getting well done, Martin. Just
right.
like I like my tofu.
So, which leads me on to another interesting fact,
Yes.
which is IBM made a self-driving bus.
Okay. That sounds... I mean, I don't want to speak too soon, but that sounds like a place I don't want to be. Just saying.
No. It's all the bad.
I'd go on a Mac driving bus though, would you? But then they'd be trying to sell me stuff.
A what?
And be like, a Mac. Like if a Mac made a self-driving bus,
Free iPhones for
then
everyone.
they'd all be like...
Oprah style.
Yeah, getting Oprah style and
iPhone
trying
for
to
you?
make everyone...
Fair for you?
A lot of people think Apple's like a cult. You're a bit part of the cult, aren't you? A little bit?
Not really. I'm a bit old school with that. Like I was around for when they didn't work very well and no one bought them.
Oh, sound system. Yeah, well.
Oh, does that get rid of his like propaganda machine?
Yeah, that's what we're doing here,
that's
mate.
cool.
But people aren't happy about it.
Yeah, right. You know what would make them happy?
What's that, Mark?
Autonomous vehicles.
Well,
No, that's a lie. But we should talk about autonomous vehicles. It's massive, man. It's going to be a thing.
Dude, I think the idea of getting in your car and driving is actually old-fashioned because people have been doing that for billions of years. They've been getting on a horse.
Yep.
But in fact, no. Horses are autonomous. You can just lay over the horse, behind it, in front of it, go wherever you want, and it'll do the work. You go to sleep. But cars, you can't do that.
Do you know what?
Someone's shooting at you.
Driving is difficult. And you know what? A lot of people suck at it.
See, boys.
A lot of people suck at driving. That is a hard truth. So as much as autonomous, like the idea of going, all the skills you learn and the feelings and the noises and the smells and the operation and that really cool feeling of go, I got the like, that's all well and good. But a lot of people, A, don't care about that stuff,
Yep.
and B, can't do it very well anyway.
That's true.
And so if they can walk into what is essentially a fridge and press
or
a
a
button
little
that
cubicle.
says, yeah, a cubicle, and it says shops, school, massage parlour, whatever it is. They can go
I see where you're going.
and then sit there and play on their iPhone 37 or their Android number 1, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then they just get out of their fridge cubicle and it goes and parks itself like humans.
The road toll should like dramatically lower.
Well, a study that came out recently says 90%. That's huge.
That's
huge. Massive. That's like a unimaginable number. But here's how they're going to do it. And this is, we're now away from news and we're into my theory, right?
I'm just going to do a head job. Hold on, man. Oh, I ran out of bullets.
Oh, worst.
That didn't work. Oh, I'm going to try and grenade it. Reckon this
Hey,
will work?
buddy.
See, dude.
Boom. Not
Oh,
really.
no, he's not going anywhere. Whatevs.
So
Martin,
here's
I'm going to raise the flag, my friend.
Here's my theory.
Yes.
You ready for my theory?
I am ready for your
autonomous
theory,
vehicles and how
Martin.
it's all going to happen.
Yep.
Think about in all the newer model cars, we've seen it in stuff like the Ranger, we've seen it in other like brand new cars, right? New Subarus have them. They got the radar cruise control.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
cruise control's been a thing for ages. Most people are used to cruise control and they're happy with it.
Yes.
That's a form of autonomy that we're comfortable with. All we're doing is going to the extreme. And if you think about the other technology that now exists, so you've got radar cruise control, which means the car is aware of what's around it.
Yes.
You've got auto-assisted braking,
Yep.
which is electronic stability control. And if you believe in like the Terminator like thing,
Yeah.
it's just getting that way. The machines are starting to go, oh, let's add like more control, and then there's electric power steering.
The problem though is not this though. The problem is old mate Nissan Silvia for him, who like gets in his car and everyone's autonomously going along and having sex in their cars and having lattes and doing foot fetishes
Yeah.
that's just me.
Of course, yeah.
But then old mate like Nissan Silvia for him is like, hey guys, just got an S13, let's go on a coupe, and just wipes everyone out.
Yeah.
So it'll be humans' fault.
Yeah.
But then they'll say that someone, oh, what have I done? I've opened a garage. I'm just going to modify some cars.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, dude. I'm going to go modify some stuff.
To finish my autonomous...
That's cool though, man.
my
I'm
autonomous
into it.
rant, the technology's all there, the smarts aren't there yet, but the way it's going to happen is that a lot of these car companies, who obviously are going to see massive profits in doing this, right? If you're the first person to nail car autonomous and it works, you're done. You're going to make tons of money. It is the future, like it or not.
Would you do it?
Oh, man, I don't know.
Because I would just do both, man.
Well, that's it. The reason I think it might work is that they're talking about making autonomous vehicles a thing. So the autonomous control technology will insert itself into cars that are still essentially manually controlled cars. So you'll buy a new car, it's capable of autonomous driving, but that's not what it does all the time.
Yeah.
But you will go to like the M7 or the M5 or the M2 and you'll pass a big toll gate, which already look pretty fancy.
Yeah.
And it'll just go beep and bang, next minute you're autonomous. And it's handling you and it's handling the traffic. And the thing I don't know is exactly what you said. If 90% of the cars on the road are autonomous, and then the other 10% is literally a Nissan Silvia Forum Cruise, like that's going to be chaos.
Which I'm only paying out because I used to organise them, and the calibre of the people driving there are not the kind of people I would want to be on the road with. Look at this, whee!
Hey, that was good.
I'm getting out now.
Oh wow! Oh, that was a big
It's
hit.
gonna like fall on me.
That was a big hit. So that's some car-based news and current events.
Awesome,
Current
Martin.
affairs. Current affairs.
Wow. Oh well, Martin.
Someone's stealing a car.
That brings us to our Fank of the week. So, of course, Fanking is the incredible art of changing a product's name and meaning by holding it near your groin while taking a photo of it. Now, a true fank, of course, is when you... I need to get a car. This thing's taking too long.
Recontextualizing.
It's recontextualizing a product's name by holding it down near your groin. Girls get into this as well, Martin. It doesn't need to be a boys' game. Look at this car over here, man, getting into this action. What sort of car is that? Someone will tell us.
It's going to be a Jaguar F-Type or something, isn't it? What does it say it is?
A Mugello Infinity something.
Maybe it's some kind of Ferrari thing or an Alpha thing. I have no idea. I'm not going to...
Anyway,
you should crash. Regardless, you should crash.
I don't want to. I've got to get to the mystery location.
Just launch it off the cliff.
I don't want to. I've got to get to the mystery location.
So it's worth mentioning with this Fank of the Week that you're allowed to thumb it up. And by thumbing it up, I mean you can recontextualize using your thumb just a little bit to change the word. Because sometimes there's some great words buried.
Oh, that's right.
Like some marketing genius here has written that this is unbeatable, but we've actually.
But some fanking genius has thumbed it.
So it says it's beatable.
That's right.
Is a fact.
What is that, Martin? What are we looking at? Is that a sports drink of some kind?
It also says on it, which I only noticed now, it says YOLO, squeeze more in. It actually says squeeze more in on it. Drink me any time to keep a healthy spring in your step. Cold pressed and beatable. The goodness of beetroot. There you go.
All right, so that
It's
there,
some
Martin,
kind of beetroot drink.
is the fank of the week. Now, Martin, I'm getting destroyed. I'm going to tether your balls. I'm just going to steal his car. There's a bus! Give me the bus! Let me in! Let me in!
Get out of there, man. You're getting pumped.
Oh, it's so slow. Oh, he didn't look left, right before crossing.
No, he didn't.
Okay, Martin, I'm going to take
drive on the left. I wonder what side of the road they drive on in that part of the world.
Oh, I should be on the right, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
Just automatically done that. Martin, it's time for Story of the Week. So I understand today, Martin, for story time, you will be telling us about the purchase of your very first vehicle.
The purchase of my first vehicle. This story may have been glossed over.
Oh, come on!
Oh wow, you got pumped. Get out of there, man.
I'm trying, but
Use your thing.
I don't have any...
Just get out of there. Oh, you're so dead.
It's so slow.
It's a scooter. Nah, it's over. Rage quit. Rage quit. That, my friends, is known as a rage quit. So story time. Buying a first car is both a thrilling and frightening experience. At least it was for me. So a mate of mine at school, I was in like year 10.
You're a young fella.
I was into cars already. Like I didn't have posters on my wall except for a DeLorean. But I didn't really have posters. I never really thought about it, but I loved like making stuff and fixing things and getting into tools and doing stuff. And a mate of mine came to school and he goes, man, dude I work with at the bowling alley, he's got a Gemini. And I was like, what's a Gemini? I was like, I don't know, it's some Kermit Green old thing. And also at that stage, like I was working one day a week on Saturday morning. I think you were working at like a phone shop or something.
Yeah, I was dressed up as a Vodafone, man. Literally, I was dressed as a Vodafone with kids punching their phone number into my balls.
I was selling computers actually.
Well, we were both doing fairly nerdy stuff,
It
weren't
was
we?
a little bit nerdy, but the reason was like you could work at Mac's for $4 an hour, or you could sell computers for 16.
Yeah.
And $16 an hour at that stage, that was pretty decent amount of money. Like you'd save money on that.
Yeah.
So for that reason, it was also sort of like, the L plates were about a year off, which means I could start driving around then, and then P plates and your freedom. So I needed a vehicle. And a mate of mine came to school and said, a mate of mine who I work with at the bowling alley has a Gemini for sale.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's awesome. What's a Gemini? And I went home and I said to my folks, I'm like, I want to get a Gemini. I'm like, how much is it? And we'll talk about first car stuff, as you do with your parents.
I'm good at parents when they're there to help you.
That's
with
pretty
the car.
cool, eh? Like, that's
awesome.
a big deal saying, hey kid, here's go and get first car stuff. But anyway, I had $300 and that's how much he wanted for it.
Really?
$300, which for me at the time was like 2 or 3 days work.
That's awesome.
Which is rad. And so the deal was done, sight unseen, never seen it before.
Wait on, how did you talk to him?
Through my mate. It was all organised through my mate. I literally went to school.
Was there mobile phones then?
Maybe just.
Did you have one in year 10?
No, I didn't. Anyway, so
Dude, I'm nanging on this scooter
I went to
hard.
school and I said, it was all like organised through school. Like, as in I go to school today and my mate would be like, hey, you know, you're thinking about it, going, oh yeah, man.
Were you like, do you remember waking up and just going, I've got to get into school today to find out if I own a car or not? Like, do you remember that kind of?
I'd never bought a car
Christmas
before. It was
feeling?
such a strange experience because like you didn't buy them off the internet really then, and like there's a trading post, I guess, like a newspaper where you could go through, but like it was a cheap car and it was unregistered. No roadworthy certificate, like nothing, and I'd never seen it before, but I thought it was cool. There was
So you basically bought it the same way we buy them now.
yeah, sight unseen. And the idea was a project, like for my folks, it was more that, well, you'll learn something fixing it up more so than just being bought a car, and you didn't have the money just to go and buy some fancy car anyway. So it was like, well, you know, teach a man to fish.
Yeah.
So teach a man to fix a Gemini. Went to pick up the Gemini on a weekend. Drove out to the far west of Sydney. I don't know exactly what the place was, but there was like a hurricane fence. Like, you know, there's really,
like
really...
a fence company.
It's like a big fenced off, massive, I don't know what, I'd never seen anything like it before. All I know was there was a hole in that fence that someone had chopped, like cut. There was boom gates and you couldn't get in, but then there was a hole in the fence. And that's how...
he was in a detention centre.
I don't know what it was. I don't actually know. But I crawled through the hole in the fence. I think my dad was with me. We crawled through the hole in the fence, and my mate, who I brought it like through, we all went, and we went to his house. And
Your dad as well.
Yeah, and my mate, we all went.
Why did you
crawl through the fence?
Why didn't you just knock on the door and say, "Let me in"?
Because you couldn't.
What?
And but the Gemini was parked sort of outside the fence, and then you crawled through the chopped up fence.
Oh, he was in jail.
I don't know that it was. I don't know what it was.
He was. Do
you think
he wasn't allowed out? Was he?
He didn't come out.
He wasn't allowed out.
I don't know. But
Yeah,
how did he have a car? I have no idea. Either way, I crawled through the fence. I gave the dude the $300 in 20s, I think it was, like $20 notes.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, thanks, mate. And I got a receipt. And then the tow truck came, and the car got put up onto the tow truck. I never started it, like nothing. It was not running. There was no flat battery.
Yeah.
And then I drove, but you know the feeling, man. We're driving home behind the tow truck, and I was just staring at my mad car. Because it was my car. Very first car. It was Kermit green. Had panels that didn't match. Like literally, the front was a different green to the back. It was a 75 model, so even at that stage, we're talking like early 2000s maybe. It was old even then. Yeah. It was an old car because that was the only things that were cheap. Like Pulsars and Corollas were expensive cars back then, man. They were like 10 grand, even second hand. So I just drove the whole way home, staring at my mad car, thinking cool. And then I had that thing when the car got parked up on the driveway, and I just looked at it and went, now what do I do? I had no idea. I don't even know if I had a socket set.
That's pretty cool.
Nothing. And then I had to figure it out. So then I spent sort of pretty much every dollar that I earned at my little part-time jobs that I had, buying tools and there was enough sort of internet stuff starting to go on then that you could look it up on forums. There's no videos, like you could not send a video over the internet then.
Yeah.
So you could look up like on forums and people doing how-tos and stuff and just, you know, teach yourself.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
You didn't have a license yet, did you?
No, I had no license and I wasn't allowed to drive it. And even when I got my L's, I wasn't allowed to drive it by myself. So whenever I fixed anything on the car, I'd have to like convince someone to come with me so I could go around the block.
Yeah,
so I could legally drive it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. That's great. I was like similar thing. Like I didn't have a license when I got my car either, but you know,
just did laps.
Helped me get one. Yeah, just did laps. Watching me do a stunt, man.
No. Oh wow, you made it. I was convinced you were not going to be able to do that at all. So that's the story of my first car. The problem is now there's like 37 more stories, but that's the first one.
These people are trying to shoot me down, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Why would you get out of your helicopter? Oh, okay.
Because I was like kamikazing them. Watch this, man. He was going to shoot me down, and now he's not.
Well, you're actually like good at this game a bit.
Can I have a quick little conversation with you, Martin, about like the feelings of like computer game violence and real life violence?
That's crazy.
I know it's a big one, and there's many different thoughts about it. But do you have any feelings about it? Because I think the argument is that we see lots of really violent stuff on TV, and things are getting more and more violent all the time.
Yeah.
The news is pretty violent.
Yeah.
But I think some people's argument is that with gaming, you have control over the violence, and so therefore that's why they think it's kind of worse.
To me, this is also not hyper realistic.
Well, no.
As in, they look like little colourful blocks. Like, I actually prefer, if I'm going to play a game, I prefer like maybe Halo or something where you're shooting up weird looking aliens, because then I don't connect it. Whereas I think those like Call of Duty games, I find a little bit disturbing when it's all supposed to be exactly like wars and things. I find that a bit more disturbing.
Yeah.
But the thing is, and this was in some study, is that your brain can't tell whether you experienced it or whether you saw it.
Yeah, right.
As in, once it's in your memory, it's sort of hard to differentiate. For a lot of people, it can be hard to differentiate whether you were actually there or not. Like that's why like horror movies and stuff are a thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But for some reason, they don't mess us up that badly. Like if you go and watch a horror movie, you might remember it, but it's not like you carry it with you every day.
People were saying the same thing though about heavy metal music in the 70s. You know, even Elvis. You know, it's like once people start listening to this, the world's just going to go crazy. But the world didn't actually go crazy.
Once upon a time, people thought if you went over 30 k's an hour on a horse, you would explode, spontaneously combust because you're going too fast.
Is that true?
Yeah, that was the
Dude,
thing.
look at this sick car.
That's not a cool car. Sounds cool.
Is that a thing?
I think that's supposed to be a BMW M1
Is that? Sounds good.
or 1 Series. Someone will correct me, but that's what I think it looks like.
Tunnel run, Martin. Here we go. So is that true that if
That's
you ride over 30 kilometres an hour on a horse, you'll blow up?
They change the sound in the tunnels. That's some detail, isn't it?
Here we go, Martin.
Man, I think a lot of car people make games. That was awesome. Well done, man. That was impressive. That didn't take any violence. That was just exploding cars.
That's all you need. A little exploding car. It's a little bit dark in there. It's a bit spooky, isn't it?
What's it time for?
Martin, is it?
I think it is. It's time for something.
What time is it, Martin?
What's going on with that car?
Oh, he's cool. Just gonna go for
like
a
that
ride
you
in
can-
old.
It's got a gun on the back of it.
Yeah, he's mine, which means I can get in there and drive in, and my mate should stay on the top doing some shooting for me. Martin, what's it time for?
I think it's time for random eat bag.
Oh, dude. Martin, we've got something pretty special to nosh on today.
Yep.
In our random bag of goodness.
Yes.
Once you go off, hit triangle to get out, tap it, and then.
Uh-oh. This is not going
Yeah, that's it. And you're back in the water again, man. Change the controls, man, so it actually works for you.
You do the reverse thing, don't you?
Martin, here
How do
it
you
is.
swim? I don't know how to swim.
I don't know, just go up.
I don't know how to
Get a
go up.
breath.
I don't know. What do I do? I'm stuck.
Hold on.
I can't do it. Oh, well done. Thanks.
Do you know what? I'm just going to get you back up to the road.
Get a bit freaked out when I'm underwater in games for some reason.
Because it's a bit hard to get up the wall like that. You got to do multiple tethers. But let's get you over here. There you go.
Man.
And then feel free to change the controls.
Might have to.
Martin, this week we're having hamburger and fries.
What is that?
I've never seen anything like it, Martin. Over here, you've got.
Are you supposed to heat it up?
I don't know.
I think you're supposed to.
But look, so you've got a little crispy deliciousness over here. You've got a little bit of sauce. You've got a little dessert. It's a full meal, Martin. A full fast food meal. So let's get into it. It's got 4 very happy little people on it.
I don't know how to change the controls.
We're about to eat a hamburger sheet. That's SH. That's not the Australian accent. That's hamburger sheet. Here we go. Look, it's got a little mad car on it and everything. Oh wow, it looks so delicious from the outside, and then the inside. What? What is it, Martin? Oh, I think you've got to make the hamburger, dude. I'm going to make us a hamburger, Martin.
I have new games there.
All right, so inside here we have, feels like sauce. This feels like,
Solar combi. Hey.
I don't know what that is.
Is that sauce? Oh, that's a gelatinous mess.
I don't understand it, Martin.
I think you build your own hamburger.
You do, but it's just all, unless, maybe you're meant to add, is it just all powder?
Did you read the instructions?
That's in, I can't read it. Look at it.
Oh, you'd be right. I think you have to construct, it's a deconstructed. It's like, you know, hipsters love
Are you
deconstructed
sure it's food? It's just powder, man.
No, I reckon it's deconstructed food. I reckon you put it in water and it turns into jelly. Is
Do
it
you think this
sugary?
is edible, or do you think this is like a plaster that you make stuff? Maybe it's not even food.
Does it taste like food?
No.
Doesn't it? Is that a
Doesn't
mini?
taste like...
Dude, I think that's a mini. Look, is that a mini?
No, it's a little Fiat 500.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that was a
okay.
bit rough, man.
Sorry, bro.
On a combi mission.
That was an
Martin,
accident. Can you shoot out the car? What's this? This is the new mini. Is this the new mini?
That's not a minute, that's a four-wheel drive.
It's a
Martin,
RAV4.
just here, dude, have a taste of this and we're done. Then we can say we tasted everything. There we go. I'm assuming that's food. Take it all in, eat it all up. What does it taste like?
That's nice.
Is it?
Yeah, it's actually good. That tastes like seasoning, like a ramen noodle seasoning. That's the beefy bit. Wait, so
Martin-
do you reckon the picture of the burger is what it's supposed to end up looking like?
No, here's what I think you meant to do, man.
Oh, you turn it into a paste.
Yeah, so you add water to all those little sachets, then you put them in the mold, and that turns it into a meat patty.
No way.
And then you make a little mini hamburger out of it, including fries. Oh, it comes with a Coke. It's got a mini Coke, man. Uh-oh.
Got this. I got this, man.
Oh, yes!
I'm out. Hey, the tree fell.
Combi's worth more now, because it's hip stuff. Dude, there's a guy that I used to know that owned a combi
Yeah.
and wore like all dodgy clothes on the weekend.
Yeah.
And he parked his combi out the front of his house.
Yep.
During the week, worked at a bank
Yep.
and has a Mercedes behind the house. Now, I don't really have a problem with that, but I also kind of do.
Which is?
Well, his thing is to all of his friends, he was just like this hippie dude with a combi and no money. But Monday to Friday, no one knew what he was doing. He was driving a Mercedes and just destroying people in the bank. Anyway, that's the food of the
That
week.
looks incredible.
That's random.
That's
eat
really
bag.
awesome.
We probably need to get another one of these and do a translation and learn how to do it properly. Marty is swimming to New Zealand. And that is another episode of the Unicorn Circuit. Of course,
you bake it. You
Okay.
bake it all. And you
Okay.
put the flavouring in and it makes you a little bready hamburger treat.
we need to get another one.
Why the
don't we?
hell
We need
would
to
you
get
do
another
that? Why would you do it? Oh, look, they're the French fries. You bake them up so they look
Let's
like
try and do it
fries.
properly. And it comes with an actual Coke that I'm assuming you can drink. And that's another week of the Unicorn Circuit.
Unicorn Circuit.